Picture this. A stadium of thousands fall silent as Cristiano Ronaldo raises his arm in victory. The spotlight glints off something spectacular on his wrist, a timepiece as breathtaking as the man himself. Each tick of its mechanism echoes the heartbeat of a champion. Welcome to a world where time is measured not just in seconds, but in success and splendor. Today, we're diving deep into Cristiano Ronaldo's watch collection, a realm of rare timepieces and iconic luxury watches that mirror his legendary journey. From diamond-studded classics to cutting-edge marvels worth more than supercars, every watch tells a story of passion, power, and prestige. Stay with us, because the final watch will reveal, valued at a staggering $1.3 million, will leave you speechless. But first, if you love living the high life, make sure to subscribe to the Billionaire Lux Room. Smash that like button and join our community of luxury enthusiasts. Keep watching until the end. You won't want to miss the jaw-dropping reveal of Ronaldo's most expensive watch. It's literally worth $1.3 million. And trust me, it's unlike anything you've ever seen. Now, let's step into Ronaldo's world of opulent timekeeping. Rolex, iced out tradition, meets Ronaldo's style. Our journey begins with a name synonymous with luxury, Rolex. Ronaldo's affinity for Rolex shows that even the world's greatest footballer appreciates an iconic luxury watch. But in true Ronaldo style, he doesn't settle for just any Rolex. He opts for those steeped in rarity and extravagance. One glittering example is the Rolex GMT-Masters Ice, the most expensive Rolex ever produced. Picture 18-karat white gold paved with nearly 30 carats of flawless diamonds, covering every inch from bezel to bracelet. Even the dial of the GMT Master Ice is a work of art. Waves of diamonds flow across its face, catching light like a field of stars. Yet the black outlined hands and luminous markers ensure it remains legible. It's a watch that whispers champion with every sparkle. Owning this $485,000 masterpiece makes perfect sense for Ronaldo, a man who demands the absolute pinnacle in everything he does. In his hands, the GMT Ice isn't just a timekeeper, it's a trophy. It says, "I'm on top of the world, and I wear time on my terms." And then there's Ronaldo's Rolex Daytona Rainbow, a legendary cosmograph Daytona, crafted in yellow gold with a rainbow of sapphires on its bezel. The watch's mother-of-pearl dial shimmers subtly beneath 56 brilliant cut diamonds set into the case. Rolex originally made only a handful of these rainbow Daytonas, retailing around $100,000. But today, they are so sought after by collectors that they fetch many times that price on the secondary market, often well over $500,000. That's the power of luxury watch investment and exclusivity. And Ronaldo's ownership has only added to its legend. He was spotted wearing this exact rainbow Daytona in a loving photo with his mother, a perfect combo of personal sentiment and style. The rainbow Daytona's explosion of colored gems suits Ronaldo's persona perfectly. Bold, vibrant, and one of a kind. It tells the world that Ronaldo not only conquers on the field, but also has a collector's eye for the most iconic luxury watches ever made. High-end timepieces like these Rolexes are more than status symbols. They're solid investments. Limited production models, especially gem-set Rolex sports watches, tend to skyrocket in value. Ronaldo's Rainbow Daytona, for instance, had an official price under $100,000, but now trades for many times that, an astounding appreciation that outpaces most stocks or real estate. By choosing such rare references, Ronaldo isn't just indulging, he's diversifying his portfolio with rolling, ticking assets. And what does this say about Ronaldo's lifestyle? It shows he's a man who appreciates heritage and legacy. He wears a Rolex, not only to flaunt prestige, but to connect with the timeless tradition of champions before him. In true Ronaldo fashion, even when he embraces tradition, he does it in the flashiest way possible, on his own terms. Hublot, bold statements in gold and sapphire. Next, we shift from classic to cutting edge with Hublot, a brand known for its avant-garde designs and flamboyant presence. Ronaldo's Hublot watches are anything but subtle. They're bold statements that match his fearless charisma on and off the pitch. One head-turning piece in his collection is the Hublot Spirit of Big Bang King Gold Rainbow, a watch as vibrant and dynamic as a victory lap. Valued around $93,000, this Big Bang is forged from Hublot's proprietary 18-karat King Gold alloy and absolutely explodes with color. The bezel and case are hand-set with 164 colored gemstones in a perfect gradation: rubies, sapphires, amethyst, topaz, creating a rainbow effect that's impossible to ignore. Even the dial is studded with 58 baguette-cut gemstones, turning Ronaldo's wrist into a prism of light. He was spotted wearing this exact watch ringside at a boxing match in Riyadh, effortlessly outshining even the bright lights of the arena. It's playful, flamboyant, and unapologetic, much like Ronaldo's celebratory spirit. This watch says, Ronaldo isn't afraid to show the world his colors, but Hublot isn't all flash. It's also about extreme innovation, and Ronaldo has a taste for Hublot's high-tech side too. Consider the Hublot masterpiece, MP09 Tourbillon bi-axis, a $1 million horological wonder with mechanics as complex as a Champions League final. Ronaldo subtly flashed what appeared to be an MP09 on his wrist during a UEFA event, sending watch geeks into a frenzy. Why? Because this 49mm behemoth is insanely cool. It boasts a bi-axis tourbillon. Imagine a tiny cage spinning on two axes, countering gravity to keep time ultra-precise, visible through its skeleton dial. Its case, in warm 18-karat rose gold, even features a rose-cut diamond set into the crown. Hublot's cheeky touch of opulence. And thanks to Hublot's mastery of materials, the MP09 uses sapphire crystal panels to reveal the intricate movement from all sides, like an engine under glass. The movement is entirely in-house and offers a 5-day power reserve, pure mechanical muscle. When Ronaldo wears something like this, it's a statement that he's not just about bling. He respects the craftsmanship and cutting-edge engineering in his watches. It reflects the same forward-thinking, innovative mindset that's kept him at the peak of his game for so long. Hublot's limited editions, especially ultra-complicated tourbillons or sapphire case pieces, appeal to a niche of collectors and often hold their value well. While Hublot is a younger brand without the centuries-old pedigree of some rivals, its exclusivity and bold design give it strong auction appeal. Ronaldo's endorsement, being seen with these models, only boosts their profile. To high net worth individuals and entrepreneurs watching, this underscores a key point. Luxury watches can be wearable art and innovative tech, which means they can be passion investments. Ronaldo's Hublots show he isn't just following trends, he's setting them. And what does that say about him? It proclaims Ronaldo as a trendsetter who embraces the new and audacious. He loves a watch that turns heads and sparks conversation, just as he does whenever he steps onto the field in new boots or a sharp suit. With Hublot on his wrist, Ronaldo's lifestyle message is clear: dare to be different and don't be shy about it. Richard Mille, high-tech engineering for the elite. If there's one brand that screams exclusive and technologically advanced in the watch world, it's Richard Mille, often dubbed the billionaire's handshake. A Richard Mille on the wrist signals that you belong to an ultra-elite club of watch connoisseurs, and that you might own a private jet or two. Cristiano Ronaldo has been spotted with several Richard Mille pieces, showing that he too enjoys the marriage of racing technology and high-end timepieces that this brand exemplifies. One standout in his collection, the Richard Mille RM 11-0 3 flyback chronograph, Romain Grosjean Lotus F1. This is a $350,000 masterpiece of modern watchmaking that Ronaldo has worn, and it encapsulates everything Richard Mille stands for. The RM11-3's case is made from NTPT carbon, North Thin Ply technology carbon fiber, fused with 18K rose gold elements, a blend of space-age material and precious metal that results in a distinctive striped appearance and incredible lightness. The design draws inspiration from Formula One racing, Romain Grosjean's Lotus F1 team to be exact, even incorporating the team's black and gold color scheme. It features a skeletonized automatic movement that's visible through the front and back sapphire crystals, showcasing gears and levers like the engine of a race car. The complication inside? A fly-back chronograph with 60-minute countdown timer and 12-hour totalizer, basically a super advanced stopwatch function that you can reset instantly, built for timing laps on a circuit. This is a watch built for extreme performance, shock-resistant, unbelievably precise, and designed to handle the G-forces of an F1 race. For Ronaldo, wearing the RM11 is like strapping a piece of a race car to his wrist. It reflects his love of speed. Remember, he's a noted car enthusiast with a garage full of supercars and his relentless drive for precision. On the pitch, fractions of a second can be the difference between a goal and a miss. It's fitting that, off the pitch, he's drawn to a watch brand obsessed with split-second accuracy and cutting-edge innovation. Richard Mille watches are produced in very limited quantities and often have long wait lists. Their prices on the secondary market frequently exceed retail because demand outstrips supply, a classic case of collectability. Ronaldo's RM11-3, for example, is a coveted addition among collectors, and its value has stayed strong, if not increased over time. By choosing Richard Mille, Ronaldo is essentially wearing a vault on his wrist. These timepieces are known to retain value and often appreciate, much like art. It's a savvy move for someone of his caliber. He's aligning himself with a brand that reflects technical excellence and exclusivity, and also quietly making a smart investment. What does the Richard Mille say about Ronaldo's persona? It underlines his identity as a modern innovator. He's not just a footballer stuck in tradition. He's an athlete who embraces sports science, high-tech training methods, and futuristic gadgets. The RM on his wrist is the horological equivalent of his high-tech training regimen, advanced, efficient, and built for performance. And of course, it's a subtle flex that even among multimillionaires, Ronaldo is a step ahead of the game. Franck Mullers, diamonds, tourbillons, and unapologetic opulence. Now let's turn up the glamour to full volume. Meet Franck Mullers, the Swiss watchmaker often called the master of complications. In Ronaldo's collection, Franck Mullers watches represent the marriage of high complication and high jewelry, watches that are not just timekeepers, but dazzling jewelry pieces in their own right. These are the kind of watches that can outshine a room full of chandeliers, perfectly complementing Ronaldo's larger-than-life lifestyle. The crown jewel from Franck Mullers in Ronaldo's arsenal is an invisible setting Imperial Tourbillon, a watch so encrusted with gems that it literally lights up his entire aura. How gem-laden are we talking? Try 474 baguette-cut diamonds invisibly set across the dial and case. Invisible set means you see no metal prongs, just an unbroken surface of diamonds, as if the watch was carved from solid glittering ice. It's a technique so challenging that only a few craftsmen in the world have truly mastered it, known in French as certi mystérieux, or mystery setting. On Ronaldo's Franck Mullers, even the tourbillon, the rotating cage mechanism at 6 o'clock, is framed by a ring of 21 rubies, adding a pop of CR7 signature red amidst the diamonds. The extravagance continues beyond the case. The strap buckle is studded with additional 268 diamonds and 70 rubies. In essence, every angle of this 42mm watch explodes with color and light. It's been described as a vault of diamonds on the wrist, and with good reason. When Ronaldo wore a mysterious diamond and ruby watch to a press conference in 2018, it caused a media frenzy. Was it this Franck Muller piece, or a custom Jacob & Company? The debate raged among watch aficionados, highlighting just how exclusive and unique the watch was. It stumped even the experts. Most leaned towards it being the Franck Muller Imperial Tourbillon, given the brand's known mastery of invisible setting. If true, that means Ronaldo casually took questions from reporters while sporting well over $1 million on his wrist in the form of a horological masterpiece. Talk about stealing the spotlight. This level of opulence sends a clear message. Ronaldo doesn't do anything by halves. If he's going to wear a tourbillon, it'll be one of the most spectacular tourbillons on the planet. Yet, there's more to the Ronaldo-Franck Muller connection than just gem-encrusted flash. Ronaldo actually has a personal relationship with the brand. Franck Muller, the man himself, once flew to meet Ronaldo and gifted him a custom-made perpetual calendar by Retro Chronograph, a limited edition created just for CR7. In interviews, Ronaldo spoke about what an honor it was to have a perpetual calendar, a complication symbolizing eternity, dedicated to him, reflecting his own desire to perpetuate his feats indefinitely. This anecdote reveals a more emotional side. These watches aren't just vanity to Ronaldo. They're part of his legacy and relationships. Imagine a legend of watchmaking, deeming Ronaldo's career so extraordinary that it's commemorated with a special timepiece. It's a mutual admiration society of greatness. Watches like Ronaldo's diamond-drenched Franck Muller are ultra niche. They're the kind of pieces that, should they ever come up for sale, would draw a frenzy of bids from the world's top collectors of jeweled watches. While a fully iced-out tourbillon isn't a mainstream investment, its rarity, possibly a one-of-one or very limited edition, gives it intrinsic value. The craftsmanship alone, hundreds of perfectly matched gems invisibly set, means its replacement cost would be astronomical. For Ronaldo, the value is also sentimental and brand-driven. Franck Muller's creations, especially those made bespoke for him, are essentially priceless, unless he himself chose to auction them, at which point the Ronaldo effect could double its value with provenance. What does wearing such a watch say about Ronaldo's lifestyle and persona? In a word, fearless. Many celebrities might shy away from a watch so lavish, but Ronaldo embraces it. It shows he's a man extremely comfortable in his success. He doesn't hide his achievements. He celebrates them. Just as he's unapologetic in striving to be the best footballer in history, he's unapologetic in adorning himself with the spoils of that success. This Franck Muller on his wrist tells the world that Ronaldo knows his worth and isn't afraid to shine. It's the ultimate rejoinder to anyone who ever doubted him. Now he literally wears time set in diamonds, as if to say, every moment of my life is golden. And truly, for a living legend, it is. Jacob & Co. Collaborations and sky-high creativity. When it comes to show-stopping creativity and celebrity partnerships in watchmaking, Jacob & Company is second to none. Ronaldo's relationship with Jacob & Co. is particularly special. It blends his personal brand with Jacob Arabo's flair for the fantastical. The result? Timepieces that are daring, bold, and deeply personalized, embodying Ronaldo's essence in ticking form. Take the Jacob & Company Epic X Flight of CR7, a watch literally created in collaboration with Cristiano Ronaldo. Limited to 100 pieces worldwide, Ronaldo received the very first one as a gift from Jacob & Company, just before the 2022 World Cup. Crafted in 18-karat rose gold, this Epic X features Ronaldo's own image on the dial, an action shot of him scoring that famous header goal for Real Madrid, immortalized under the Sapphire crystal. It's like having a tiny monument of Ronaldo's glory right on his wrist. Around the bezel, 26 baguette-cut diamonds add sparkle. But the real value here is emotional. This watch is a tribute to a defining moment in his career. Imagine glancing at your watch and seeing yourself frozen in a moment of triumph. That's the kind of motivational, self-affirming luxury Ronaldo surrounds himself with. It's both a reminder of what he's achieved and a push to keep flying higher. For fans and collectors, the flight of CR7 is a piece of football history you can wear. And it sold out to those lucky 100 buyers almost instantly, some of whom, no doubt, were very well-heeled Ronaldo fans. Jacob & Company is also known for outrageous gem set creations that rival that Franck Muller in Opulence. Ronaldo has been seen with what Jacob & Company calls the caviar full baguette, an absolutely blinding variant of the Astronomia or Caviar series. How extravagant is it? Try a gold case studded with 585 baguette-cut white diamonds and 216 rubies, totaling around 42 carats of precious stones, all invisibly set with no metal in sight. That's right, over 800 gemstones blanketing the watch. Inside, a 1-minute flying tourbillon rotates, seemingly suspended in mid-air, and the watch boasts a 100-hour power reserve to keep all that complexity running. Jacob & Company made only a few of these, and each cost roughly $1.5 million at release. Ronaldo's love for this piece, or something very much like it, was evident during that 2018 press conference incident we mentioned. It had all the hallmarks of the Jacob & Company caviar full baguette, from the wall of diamonds to flashes of red rubies. Whether it was Jacob or Franck Muller, the fact remains. Ronaldo owns some of the most jaw-dropping jeweled watches on earth, and Jacob & Company is often behind them. Another Jacob & Company stunner Ronaldo has acquired is the Grand Baguette Diamond. This one is fascinating. It's a massive 47mm pentagonal watch with 5 time zone dials for New York, LA, Tokyo, Paris, and your home time. Basically, it's a watch for the global citizen, someone constantly hopping continents. Sounds like CR7's life, doesn't it? Naturally, it's flooded with diamonds, 761 diamonds to be exact, adorning every corner of the case and dials. Only made 6 pieces of the Grand Baguette Diamond for the entire world, and Ronaldo managed to snag one, reportedly at a price north of $1 million. Wearing this, Ronaldo can see the time in the world's luxury capitals at a glance. Quite handy for a man with homes and business ventures in multiple time zones. More importantly, it's a conversation piece that screams exclusivity. Only half a dozen people on the planet could own this watch, and one of them is Cristiano. It aligns perfectly with his jet-set lifestyle, one moment in Manchester, the next in Madrid or Dubai, and showcases that his taste in watches is as international as his football career. Jacob & Company watches, especially the limited editions and unique pieces tied to celebrities, occupy an interesting niche. They're not traditional blue-chip auction staples like a Patek Philippe or vintage Rolex. Rather, they are ultra-creative art pieces for a very select clientele. That said, their uniqueness and gem value give them a floor in terms of investment. A piece like the Caviar Full Baguette or Grand Baguette Diamond is literally worth its weight in gold and precious stones, plus a premium for artistry. If Ronaldo ever auctioned off a Jacob & Company he wore, the provenance and one-of-kind factor could send values soaring. In essence, Ronaldo's Jacob & Company collection is a testament to personalized luxury. These watches are almost like custom supercars or bespoke suits. They might not appeal to every investor broadly, but to the right collector, they're irreplaceable and thus immensely valuable. On a personal level, Ronaldo's partnership with Jacob & Company reveals how he sees himself as a brand and icon. He's not just a passive consumer of luxury, he actively collaborates and shapes it. Just as he sculpted his body and skills to perfection, he's also curating his public image with these flamboyant timepieces. Each Jacob & Co. on his wrist is a bold, creative expression. It shows Ronaldo as a man who isn't afraid to take risks and stand out. Whether it's a watch with his portrait in it, or one that looks like it belongs to a sultan, Ronaldo wears them with the confidence that says, "I know who I am. I know what I've earned, and I'll celebrate it openly." This is a man at the pinnacle of success, enjoying the view and dressing accordingly. Final masterpiece, Ronaldo's $1.3 million Jacob & Company Bugatti when time meets Supercar. And now we arrive at the grand finale, the most extravagant, most expensive watch in Cristiano Ronaldo's collection. We teased it at the start. A watch valued around $1.3 million that not only turns heads, but snaps them back. This is the watch that has recently set social media abuzz and left even seasoned collectors exclaiming, "This is insane." Buckle up, because it's time to reveal the Jacob & Company Bugatti Chiron Tourbillon, Ronaldo's one-of-a-kind mechanical marvel inspired by his very own Bugatti hypercar. Picture a watch so ambitious that it literally contains a miniature engine inside. Yes, you heard that right. Under the sapphire crystal of Ronaldo's Bugatti watch lies a tiny replica of the Bugatti Chiron's 16-cylinder engine, and it actually comes to life. At the press of a push button, the crankshaft spins, and 16 pistons pump up and down inside the watch, perfectly mimicking the firing of the Bugatti's iconic W16 engine. It's a 15-second kinetic spectacle that leaves onlookers absolutely mesmerized. Jacob & Company developed this feat of micro-engineering exclusively for their Bugatti lineup, and Ronaldo's edition is truly peerless. In fact, Jacob & Coleridge and Bugatti only created one piece exactly like his, a bespoke CR7 edition made just for Cristiano to match his Bugatti Chiron automobile. Let's talk about the craftsmanship. The case of the watch is forged in gleaming titanium, engineered to resemble the flowing lines and curves of the Chiron's chassis. You can see hints of the car's silhouette, from the horseshoe-shaped front grille to the aerodynamic contours translated into watch form. The movement inside, comprised of an astonishing 578 components, is built vertically like an engine block and tilted 30 degrees, so Ronaldo can admire the flying tourbillon mechanism even while driving. On the side of the dial, there's even a fuel gauge style power reserve indicator, ingeniously showing how much of the 60-hour reserve remains. A nod to a car's fuel gauge, connecting watch to car on another level. And then there's the icing on this mechanical cake, or should we say the diamonds. Ronaldo's Bugatti Tourbillon is frosted with 232 baguette-cut diamonds and 109 black sapphires, set into the watch's 18-karat white gold and titanium body. Those gemstones are placed in patterns to complement the sleek design, with black sapphires evoking the carbon fiber and black trim of his actual car. The finishing touch? The CR7 logo integrated into the watch, so there's no mistaking whom this masterpiece belongs to. All told, this timepiece is half high jewelry, half miniaturized supercar, a true fusion of horological art and automotive engineering. Now consider the value. At one point, 3 million euros, roughly 1.3 million US dollars. This single watch costs about half as much as the Bugatti Chiron hypercar itself. Let that sink in. Half the price of one of the world's most expensive cars, condensed into a wristwatch. It's a number that boggles the mind. Yet for Ronaldo, who earns in the tens of millions annually, this is a mere drop in the bucket of his lifestyle. Hardly a splurge for the highest paid athlete in football, as one publication wryly noted. Still, even for the ultra-rich, a $1.3 million watch is an extraordinary purchase. It shows that Ronaldo's passion for luxury knows no bounds. This isn't about telling the time, though it does that too, of course. It's about owning a piece of mechanical magic. It's the kind of watch that even in the rarefied world of billionaires, sets you apart as someone truly living in the fast lane. Ronaldo's Jacob & Company Bugatti Chiron Tourbillon is arguably priceless due to its singular nature. If it ever were to appear at auction, perhaps decades from now, as part of Ronaldo's estate or a charitable event, the combination of being a unique Jacob & Company creation, having the Bugatti tie-in, and the Ronaldo provenance would ignite a bidding war among collectors of celebrity memorabilia and haute horlogerie. We could easily imagine such a one-off selling for far beyond its original price, because how do you put a price on the only one in the world, especially one worn by Cristiano Ronaldo at the peak of his fame? In terms of legacy, this watch is something that could be handed down as an heirloom or placed in a museum exhibit about the Hall of Fame of footballers. It's not just a watch, it's a symbol of an era where an athlete transcended sport to become a global icon of luxury and success. For Ronaldo, the Bugatti watch represents the ultimate flex and a deeply personal token. He famously loves his cars, he owns multiple Bugattis after all, and this watch is like wearing the heart of a Bugatti on his wrist. It reflects how Ronaldo lives: fast, fearless, and fabulously. At the same time, it's a celebration of how far he's come. From a boy on a small island, Madeira, with big dreams, to a man who can commission a dream watch that combines two of his great loves. Every time he glances at this watch, it's a reminder that impossible is not in his vocabulary. After all, who else has a piece of $1 million car engine ticking on their arm? In emotional terms, this $1.3 million masterpiece is a fitting emblem of Ronaldo's connection to luxury and legacy. It's outrageously luxurious, yes, but also meticulously crafted and engineered to perfection. Much like Ronaldo's own career, it marries ambition with art, just as Ronaldo turned raw talent into record-breaking achievement. This watch will forever be part of the Cristiano Ronaldo story, a shining artifact of his era of dominance. From diamond-drenched Rolexes to futuristic Richard Milles, from the artistic complexities of Franck Muller to the audacious showpieces of Jacob & Company, Cristiano Ronaldo's watch collection is a portrait of a man who lives life at the pinnacle. Each watch is more than a status symbol. It's a chapter of his journey, a reward for his sacrifices, and a statement to the world that greatness is meant to be celebrated. These high-end timepieces tick with the heartbeat of a champion. They remind us that time, when matched with passion and hard work, can create a legacy that shines brighter than any diamond. Ronaldo's watches also carry a message for all of us who dream big, push beyond limits. Who would have imagined a poor kid from Madeira would one day wear a $1.3 million custom watch and have the world's top watchmakers crafting pieces in his honor? It shows that success is not just about having wealth, but about the stories you create with it. Ronaldo chooses watches that reflect his character, bold, unique, and relentlessly striving for excellence. In doing so, he's not only charting his own legacy, but inspiring a new generation of entrepreneurs, athletes, and dreamers to envision what's possible when you marry talent with tenacity. As our journey through Ronaldo's horological treasure trove comes to an end, we're left with a powerful image. Cristiano Ronaldo, impeccably dressed, stepping out of a supercar, a constellation of diamonds on his wrist catching the last light of the sunset. In that image is a man who owns his moment in time. Thank you for joining us in this closer look at Ronaldo's watch collection. If you felt that rush of inspiration and awe, go ahead and hit the like button. Let's share the luxury love. Comment below. Which of Ronaldo's watches blew your mind the most? Is it the $1.3 million Bugatti Tourbillon with its mini engine? Or perhaps the elegance of the Rainbow Daytona? We'd love to hear your thoughts, and which timepiece you'd pick for your own collection. Don't forget to subscribe to Billionaire Lux Room for more deep dives into the lives and luxuries of the world's most successful. There are many more iconic luxury watches in extravagant collections to explore together. Until next time, remember, time is our most precious luxury. Spend it on things and with people that ignite your passion. Stay tuned for our next video where we continue to celebrate where luxury knows no bounds. This is the Billionaire Lux Room signing off. Stay opulent and see you in the next one.